as the link.
Alright, I was trying to find it myself, but I failed, so
There we go.
thank you for posting that.
No problem.
That means I also kind of mute it because, you know, get sound in there.
Yeah, we don't want two of us everywhere.
Yeah.
That would be spooky.
Let's get rid of that. And I just need to post on Twitter that I'm doing this on stream instead. On Twitch instead. You alright, dude?
Yeah.
Nah, he's dying.
Nah, not dying, just...
Ooh, think of the views I'd get if somebody died on stream. Right.
You look like Keemstar talking about views while someone dies.
Alright. That should be good now. Game was apparently hosting me. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, I can't see the chat.
Do I auto-host you whenever I'm offline? Sure, why not?
Can't see the chat here. It's a bit worrying. Same to UNJ, thank you for that. Why is this not coming through? All I want to do is capture the chat, please. That's all I want. Let's,
Yep.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I just gotta make it a bit bigger now.
J here, D, and Turbo.
Alright, you guys should be able to see the chat in this moment. How does it look?
Yeah, I see it. It's in the kind of lower right
Man,
corner.
this advertisement looks great.
I'm just gonna make it a tiny bit smaller. Tell me if it's still okay.
Yeah, I gotta wait for me to be able to actually see it first.
Alright.
Yeah, I can see it there. As I say, how big did you want it? Just big enough?
Roughly about that.
Oh, what's on there right now? It's just kind of above the downloadable content option on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Alright.
It looks good.
Alright, so to anybody watching, hello. I apologize for the delay. YouTube was being a complete bitch to me tonight, so we're going to be playing on Twitch instead.
Rip YouTube.
This is technically my first time streaming here on Twitch. I mean, I did like a silent couple games of Golf with Your Friends a couple of years ago, but well, not years ago, but a few months ago, but that was just to test it. Alright, so a couple of weeks ago as well, I did a pretty long stream. I did Rocket League, then I did Sonic Mania, and then I was going to do Dragon Age Origins after that. And unfortunately, when I booted up Dragon Age Origins, I discovered that I didn't have the save file that I've been streaming on my new PC. Thankfully, I still had it installed on Steam on my other PC, so I was able to transfer the save file over. And I think I've also what was I going to say? I think I also figured out what the massive glitchy problem I was having last time as well when the screen was glitching out. It's because I had it on game capture for OBS. What you want to do is you want to have it on window capture instead. So hopefully we won't have too many problems tonight. And I have discovered that if I have the game on full screen, it might be better as well. So if the frame rate goes to shit, I'll have to just make the game full screen on my other monitor here. Of course, this makes it a bit difficult for me because that means I can't move the mouse over to the other screen if I need to. Anyway, I am currently here with some of the guys. I have NJ. Okay, don't say hello. I have Red Nova.
Hello.
And Game with
Always known as Cigarette Man.
Greetings.
Yeah,
Turo,
only
for
by
as long as I've known you, I've never shown up to any of your streams until now.
You've been in one. You were in Kingdom Hearts.
I have? Oh, yeah. That was a while ago, then.
That was a few months ago, admittedly, yeah. Alright, so we're going to load the game here. This is obviously the save file I had last time I streamed. This is basically just me showing off one of the other, one of the origin stories. But I do have the other character here now, so we can work with this, and yes, that is my save file right there, so I'm going to load that up. We can get on with this now. I'm not going to be going as long tonight because I do have something else planned with these guys. I'm not going to say what it is, because it's actually for Let's Play purposes rather than anything else. But yeah, we're going to see how this goes. I'm just going to rearrange the monitor here a little bit because it's tilted up a little bit for me. And move my... Oops, shit, didn't mean to press that. Move my keyboard.
Don't touch.
Pretty much. So I should probably point out I don't have a single fucking clue where I was last time we played, so... I'm apparently just a ghost here in the camp right now. Alright, what was I doing last time? We'll just go ahead and see what happens. Have you guys been today, by the way?
I've been pretty okay.
Yep.
Awesome. I remember, last time I believe I got Shale, which is a DLC character, so we're going to actually use him for a while. Who else to have? We'll have Win, since she's a good healer to have around. And... You know, I don't particularly like Sten, so we'll just use him once and get it over with. Where am I now? I'm there. Toy camp, and I've recently been... Where'd it go? Press the wrong thing. Yes. Sorry guys, it's gonna take me a minute to get back into this. It's been a while.
How long has it been, actually? Now I'm kind of wondering how long it's actually been since you last played this.
Technically it was 2 weeks ago, but the last time I played this save file was probably a couple months back now.
Oops.
Okay, then.
Let me travel.
I'd be a bit confused about what I was doing if I came back to a game after 2 months of not playing it as well.
It also doesn't help that I don't really go back and check where I was last time. Like I said, I know last time I actually streamed. I got Shale for the DLC, but his story has really nothing to do with the main campaign, so I am a little bit confused right now. Right, Wolverine is definitely gone. Fleming's still there, but I don't need to do anything there. Do I need to go to We'll go to Redcliffe Castle. I can't remember if this is where I need to go. And we got attacked on our way there. Wonderful. Oh, we haven't been attacked, I think.
You have coin, stranger? The doors of Mar closed off. Old Tegra can come.
Oh, and by the way, guys,
fine weapon and arms,
down.
dwarven made.
It's time for the national anthem.
Of course.
Yep.
I mean, it's not the same as cracking a can, but open a bottle will do all the same.
Close enough.
True.
I still disagree that it's the most satisfying sound in the world.
Where's the party pooper?
Yeah.
He has nothing I want.
And I think it's a decently satisfying sound, not the best.
Just max up his screen.
Ow.
Alright, by the way, I'm going to go take care of a little bit of stuff, so I'll be back in a little bit, hopefully.
No worries.
I'll see you in a bit. Have a good time, whatever you're doing. Trap making, why not? I should probably point out, I don't know all the intricacies of the game. It's just a game I played a shit ton of back on the Xbox 360, so...
Oh.
Well, speaking of which, I actually picked up a couple games earlier today.
What games?
I picked up both Trails of Cold Steel for the PS3, 1 and 2.
Ooh.
I've been looking to get them for a while, but I could never get them at a decent price. I got both of them for about £45 earlier, so I'm actually quite happy with that deal.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
Well, one of them is actually still brand new, and had the wrap and everything on it.
Well, there you go. That's really good.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Alright. Still had enough to beat bastard.
No enemies here. I think I've actually already done Redcliffe Castle, I think. Like I say, it was months ago by the time I did this, so...
get scorched, moth.
So yeah, as I pointed out before, I'm not going to be going as long time. I'll probably be going for about 2, maybe 2.5 hours. As I said, I have something else planned, so...
Yeah. I have the usual Saturday stuff today. I don't know when I have to go to that, so it might be before or in the middle of all that stuff when I have to head for it, so whenever.
No, that's fine, dude. It's Saturday. I'm kind of expecting it anyway, so...
Obviously, I'll be back when I hear when I get done with it.
But nothing works.
Don't worry about it.
As time passes, I become more and more convinced the urn might be our only hope.
In case you're wondering, I'm playing Mega Man X2 right now.
Then I must resume my duties.
Sorry,
You have been playing that for a bit today.
No doubt angered, Redcliffe has
Is this
not been
because I
disabled.
picked it for the thing?
Good luck, my friend.
No, I just felt like playing it right now. I actually hadn't played it in a while,
Oh,
so...
I forget. You actually in the Mega Man CGGP?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Oh, fair
Yeah, I'm the
enough.
one
Oh, you're
hosting it,
hosting it.
so...
Oh, fair enough. Dude, I've got a terrible memory. I can't even remember what I did earlier
Yeah.
today. There's a reason I can't remember what I did last time I played this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's understandable.
Meanwhile, I've been playing a boatload of Metroid Fusion lately.
I need to finally get off my ass and play that game one day. I loved
Oh,
the
yes you do.
I loved Zero Mission. I love Super Metroid. I even love AM2R, but I've just never got around to playing what the fuck do you call it?
Fusion.
Fusion, yeah.
It's a bit more linear than the other Metroid games, but it's still a really good game.
Oh, do you know what I want to do right now? I need to do one of the big missions now, I believe. So we can either do the Frostbite Mountains, which I believe takes us to the dwarves. We have these two places, but I've already been there. What's that one? Haven't seen that, and that's something brand new to me, so I don't want to do that. Redcliffe Castle's there as well. I am very tempted to go after the elves first, which I might do, but I want to go and get I'm sure if I get
Light, how will
Zephyr
you
in
end it?
the team,
Is that all? It is surrounded
'cause I'm sure
by
you'll
an
have some
ocean of
interesting
darkspawn.
dialogue.
How will you reach it? If you reach it, how will you slay it? You say you are a Grey Wolf.
and this is why I don't
I've
like
heard
Stem, because he's a
stories.
complete 100% utter douchebag.
Well then.
Great strategists and peerless warriors. That is what we hear of.
Whoops.
I don't want to waste
Yeah.
that right now. Ooh.
I just want to mute Discord so I don't get the thing from it.
You don't get a boatload of notification noises.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I can't hear them.
Ooh.
Server mute. Right, that should be better now. Dear me.
Will you make that excuse to the Archdemon?
Yeah, I need to
or
try
the
something
victims
else
it
here.
claims
It's
in
not
the
working all
meantime?
that well.
I hate to ask, but could one of you just type something in the Twitch chat just so I know the actual thing's working? Thank
yeah,
you,
hold on
thank
a
you, Liz.
second.
That's very, that's very helpful.
You're welcome, Turbo.
Okay, there you are.
But yeah, it works, thankfully.
Awesome. I remember this. This is actually pretty fucking difficult. But then again, all three things you can do. You can go after the ashes to go save the king, or you can go deal with the dwarves
Stop
or
right
the
there,
elves. It
outsider.
doesn't matter. All of them are about
Dalish is
equal in
captured
terms of
spot.
difficulty.
I suggest
So.
you go elsewhere, and quickly.
Well then.
I find that hard to believe.
And look, a fucking
What
fly
business
flying
could we
around right
Dalish
now.
possibly have with a group
Kill
of
it.
yours?
Oh, by the way, I think I already said it, but thank you for the host, by the way.
Seeing
Not
as
a
you are
problem.
obviously no simple trespasser, I will leave it to the keeper to decide the importance of your business. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands
have
to
no
yourself
idea
and
what was up
remember that our
YouTube tonight,
arrows
though.
are still trained on you. Follow me.
Who knows?
I don't know either. YouTube was just apparently being dumb.
It has really been a pain in the ass tonight. I will probably. I do need to set a private stream up for us later, though, so I need to figure out how to do that.
I have precious little patience
Which is gonna
and
be a
less
pain in the
time
ass.
to spend on outsiders today.
I understand, but this one claims to have.
What are you doing,
important
Wiz? Because I
business with our
know Nova's playing
see.
Mega Man X2, like you
Tell
said.
me, stranger.
Well, I was playing Fusion earlier. Right now I'm just watching you stream.
You're actually watching me. That's a nice.
Yeah,
result.
shocking, isn't it?
One of the people in my chat actually fucking watching me for a change.
You might have simply said so to begin with.
Because I've never seen this game, so I'd like to see what all the hubbub is with it.
Oh, dude, this is like either the 7th or the 8th session, so I've been
Allow me to
playing this a
introduce
lot.
myself. I am Zafrian.
Surprisingly, none of my streams of this have been very long.
It's
We're talking
guide
maybe
and
2 to 3
preserver of
hours
our
max
ancient
for
lore.
these.
And
I think. Anyway, I don't remember any longer than that.
You know, Watch 1 was like 5 hours long instead.
it is not
I hardly die. Here's the
come
thing with
on,
Dragon
I
Age
didn't
Origins.
think
It's
it was
better.
that.
I would have taken the clan
For me, it's better enjoyed in small spurts.
Sadly, as you can see,
Unlike a lot of other RPGs like Kingdom Hearts and stuff
I
that I've
imagine
streamed,
you are
where I've
here
streamed for
regarding
like
the treaty
upwards
we
of
signed
8 hours,
centuries ago.
sometimes nearly.
unfortunately,
Well
I won't
then.
be able to live up
That
to the
last
promise we
session
made.
will go down in
This will
history, by the
require
way.
some explanation. Please.
Did you
follow
watch
me.
the final stream of Kingdom Hearts?
No.
If you ever watch anything of mine, dude, watch the last 30 minutes
The
of that.
clan came to the Brazilian forest.
Will do.
Yeah.
It was a train wreck.
We are always wary of the dangers in the forest.
I was about to say, did something amazing / silly /
Oh,
dumb
well,
/
I-
funny happen?
Well, as I said, this was a long stream. This was my longest stream, so I went like 7.5 to 8 hours, somewhere along those lines.
Many of our
I was
fight
exhausted,
as we
but I was at the final
Even with
bosses,
all
and
our
I wanted the game done. So I was at the final area for about 2 to 3 hours, just beating the bosses one after the other. The last one was giving me so much shit. You know, the thing that looks like a fucking
But we are in no
monstrosity of a
position to
of a
uphold
fucking Thunderbird shit or
Yeah.
something.
That thing.
Well then.
And then after I beat it, I just killed it. The game and the PS3 crashed on me during the ending cutscene. And
I think someone told me about that.
The affliction
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might have been me actually.
I got
It
so
might actually have been you.
I got so pissed off. I went on YouTube and got a video of the last cutscenes and credits up online, because I was no way I was doing that again.
and that
So in other words, so in other words, technically, although you did it for a good reason, you did in fact pull the Dark Side Phil thing there.
I had beaten the game though.
we call him
That's the
Wither.
Yeah.
It was with
I just couldn't get the last credits in because the PS3 died on me during the credits. During the cutscenes.
It was like, nah, man, I don't like you today.
I was reminded of the fact that he actually, I think, did something just like that, except it was on a game that he did not beat. He couldn't beat the final boss.
Oh, no, I beat
He insisted,
the boss.
but he didn't beat the final boss, and then he insisted, I deserve to. We all deserve to watch the ending. So then he just played found a YouTube video that someone else made of the ending and played that on the stream instead.
I didn't get a video with anybody doing commentary or anything up. I just got like a basic gameplay walkthrough thing up. But there were, like I said, for me, I'd beaten the boss. You know, I've got video evidence that I beat the boss. It was just
But if you can
it was.
indeed
I think it was during the cutscene where it shows Sora and the others as kids on the beach, but in a sepia toned image, and that's when the actual thing crashed on me.
Oh.
Your PS3 was overcome by the darkness.
I think it's the fact that the PS3 was pre on when I got it, and I'd been playing on that for about 9 hours at that point. So
Killed your ass from the ceiling,
I
centipede.
must
Suck
return
it.
to caring for my people. Create a shield your way.
excuse me. Anyway, I asked
You
these
were
guys.
excused.
I asked these guys earlier, NJ, but I'll ask you as well. Have you been playing anything in your spare time?
I have. I've been doing stuff with my GPD win. Let's see. I was trying to replay Chrono Trigger in my spare time. Spending some time playing the Seventh Saga a little bit because I actually own a physical copy of it, but I never actually got too far into it. And then I also beat Evo Search for Eden. Oh, I was doing that while testing out the GPD Win's emulation abilities and how good it is for retro games. And I can say it's pretty good for retro games.
We are simply wrapped up in the plight of our hunters.
Well, that's good.
To forget simple
Of course, I've been playing a lot of Skyrim
I
recently.
understand you
Been
will
kind
search
of
for
addicted to it again.
Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has.
Oh yeah, another game I've been playing a lot of lately is something called The End Is Nigh. It's made by the same dude that did Super Meat Boy.
None of us are happy about this
So
situation.
basically, it's a fuck
And I
you
least
type of
of
game.
all. But I
Pretty much.
shouldn't speak too much about
Fair
this,
enough.
especially with an outsider.
By the way, Red Nova,
Yeah.
Interest in my problem.
why are you showing us playing Z-SNES on Discord?
Because he is.
Yeah, I am.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger.
I mean, that makes sense.
And I just got the fucking battle under the
My wife
table.
Delilah and I both fought the werewolves in the
Right, just,
ambush.
but why? Just so why? Exactly, are you still using Z-SNES? Just it's an honest question.
What do you mean? Why am I still using
Yeah,
Z-SNES?
I use these. Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it's good.
it was last updated in January 2007.
So?
So?
Still works.
So it works.
Yeah.
And if she was the werewolf,
Don't fix
and
what
the
ain't
elf
broke.
chased her and then found her.
Yep.
Indeed.
Sweet, blissful reunion.
When was the last time VBA was updated? That would have been a while ago as well.
Still, more likely she would love to eat you.
If I could just
Wouldn't surprise
know
me.
if Delilah is alive.
You know, the funny thing is, there's actually a decent number of things that are broke on Z-SNES. So
I've only
yeah,
ever had the thing crash on me once, and that was actually during Mega Man X2, actually, now that I think about it.
An amulet made by our craftsman.
The irony.
It's not much, but I would be happy to.
I really hope it doesn't crash on me during the race.
I was thinking of the fact that even though it will run on a toaster, it doesn't exactly emulate most stuff correctly. So
I've honestly never had a problem. I tried some of the others, but that was the only one I could get running. That I could get running with my controller when I was first getting used to emulators and stuff. So I just kind of stuck with it. Oops, no, I didn't do this one.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah, the only thing I use the SNES for is for Super Metroid,
Yes, I am a crook.
and even then,
Well, I use emulators for Let's Plays and stuff because
The painted elf
Well,
assaults
yeah.
helpless statuary with it.
My mother was
it's just easier to set up that way.
They're a proud.
it's a lot easier to set up.
Yeah, I don't want you.
by the way, actually, Turbo, what kind of internet setup do you have?
You're gonna have to. What do you mean by that?
Upload speed.
My upload speed is about somewhere between, I'll say roughly about 45 megabytes per second. At least it's supposed to be.
Usually when they tell you about upload and download speed, it's measured in megabits,
Megabits or whatever.
and one byte is 8 bits basically. So bits are how data is actually transferred over the internet. Bytes are what's used to actually measure storage. For example,
Well, I
for
can't give you an
example, in a
accurate
computer
reading.
system.
I don't know off by heart, dude.
Before you.
All you really have to do is divide it by A, and you get an accurate example of what the speed actually is.
Yeah, but nobody uses math.
Well, apparently NJ does, but he is intelligent unlike the rest of us.
Something like 7.5 megas per second upload.
I have no idea, dude. I'd have to actually look into it. All I know is we pay quite a bit for this internet speed, so.
Well, one simple speedtest.net test should do that.
I would, but I'm currently streaming, so.
Well, yeah, that would be a bad idea to do it during a stream. That's something to do later.
And then accidentally open the porn tab, like Paris.
Did he actually do that?
He didn't do that, but during season 1 of the Pokemon Draft, I believe, in fact, it should be up on the LPA, you could see the porn tabs at the top of the video capture.
God damn it, Paris.
I haven't thought about this. There's nothing I can do.
And I gave him so much shit for that.
Gee, I wonder why.
He's turning into Opie. It's only a matter of time before the Opie radiation fully infects him.
I'm waiting for him to start saying, "Oh hi, it's Paris."
Also, by the way, I realized that the math that I used there was actually completely wrong. I think it's actually somewhere around like something around like 5.5 megabytes per second upload instead of 7.5 that I actually said.
You know what? If you're talking, yeah, I think, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I should be getting something around 4.5 upload.
Well, you
But
still get better upload than I do.
But you're only actually uploading at 1.2.
All I know is I'm supposed to be getting around that, dude.
Alright.
The only time I notice these things is when I'm downloading something on Steam. I don't even look at things like upload things very often. All I know is as long as I can stream with it, then I don't really care. It's one of the reasons why I was so interested in getting a better internet was so I could stream. So.
Alright. I was just going to say something about the fact that you probably get slightly better quality if you up the bit rate.
And how would I do that?
Through OBS?
Let's see. OBS. You go into settings. Go straight to the output tab, and video bitrate is where you'll find the bitrate they actually stream at.
Alright, settings. Sorry, settings and then what?
Output. You should be able to find video bitrate in that tab.
Do you use OBS Studio?
Yes.
I don't. I use the old OBS.
Okay.
And there's no.
I do still use the old OBS. OBS Studio is better in every way.
Just because I'm more used to it.
Fair enough.
I mean, I did try it out, and stuff, but I couldn't figure something out about it. And by the time this was only a couple hours before I was set to stream. Not tonight, obviously. This was another weekend.
Such as? No, I couldn't do that.
Sorry, I was just trying to read the text. And what was I saying? Fucking hell, my brain is fucking dead.
Do I have to get a revive?
I don't think that'd be good enough. From what I can remember, I did try it, and I could get it working, but I couldn't like rearrange certain things to the way I wanted, and I couldn't figure out how to do it in time, so I just went back to normal OBS. So I probably will try out Studio at some point, but but I just don't have the time at the moment. I'm really not gonna have much time until early October now, so to try new things.
I could reward you. I have a book of
Alright, just that I saw that due to the high resolution and low bit rates, whenever anything moves, your stream was pixelating really badly. So.
Is it bad for all of you?
Sometimes it is.
It's
not really bad.
It gets slightly. It's a lot worse whenever stuff moves. Whenever stuff's moving.
Let me see if there's, because I'm not. It's not looking that bad. The problem is I can't actually see the fucking stream myself. There's probably like an output thing here as well. I just need to find it. It's just probably under something else. I was looking for the bitrate. Nope, that's not there. Alright, I've got the video encoding up. Is this what I need to be on? Because I can see the bitrate. Well, it says max bitrate and stuff like that.
I think that's
the
probably do
bitrate
it.
is currently 128, so should I lower it, did you say?
I think that's audio bit rate.
Sorry, that's the wrong thing. I just don't know what to really do, to be honest. Alright, it says max bitrate is at 1000, but it doesn't actually tell me what my current bitrate is.
Ain't gonna work.
Let me think about this. I'm not sure about the max X bitrate part, but is there anything else related to video bitrate there?
Right, it says for video encoding, it says encoder I've got it on X264. There's also QuickSync and NVIDIA, whatever. Use CBR, which I've got ticked. Enable CBR pen, which I've got ticked. Max bitrate bitrate 1000. Use custom buffer size, which I don't have ticked. And buffer size 1000 over here, but I can't change that anyway. At least not unless I press the button. The quality balance is actually quite high. It's at 8, so I could try lowering this to 6. Alright, so I'm gonna stop the stream for a second and try this again. I don't know when it is.
And it's back on.
I'm wait. I
Just gotta sit through an advertisement.
There you go. Now it is back on.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go forward a little bit for a second.
Cyranas. Oh, ma Cyranas.
I'm just gonna basically walk around the camp for a moment and see if anything happens. Alright, so, walking through the camp. Is it still shitty or...
Oh, hello there, pixels everywhere.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And yeah, that's a lot of pixels.
Looking at this, yes, I believe max x bit rate is roughly about roughly what you should be changing there, and buffer size should be exactly the same as the max bit rate.
So what should it
if
be
it's cut.
in terms of what's the number it says it should be?
Let's see. Through Twitch's official help page here. Let's see. You're streaming at 900p, which is somewhere between 1080 and 720s. But considering that your internet's fairly decent, judging from what you've told me, you should be able to stream at a bit rate of about 3,000. I'm guessing it should be okay.
Okay, I'll try that. I've changed the settings.
Here, okay.
Fingers crossed this time we have a better bit rate. I'm gonna walk around the screen again.
Alright, now I'm gonna have to wait for the stream to load once again, once I actually start playing.
Oh, yeah, it does look better now.
It looks a lot better, I'll say that much.
Okay,
Yes,
fair
it
enough.
does.
Alright. Let's hope that works.
Andaran Atishan, outsider. You spoke to him? What did he
Also,
say?
yeah, I just saw your message, dude.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter
Alright, well,
for over
now that I know that,
20 years
I may
now,
actually do Rocket League at
and
some
he's
point
yet
again
to
next
slay a
week.
proper beast.
Might actually get a decent
Each
bit
time
rate
he's
this time.
tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
Oh, they're doing an unofficial draft over there, that's why.
Fair enough.
You'll get over it in time. It hurts
See, I'm
me to
basically
feel
not going to
like
help this guy
but
out now. I can't be bothered. We're just going to get on with the fucking main mission. I honestly thought Zevran would have had some witty commentary, but apparently not.
Yeah, witty commentary is hard.
Ooh.
Tell me about it. Not all of us can be a pro like me.
Can anyone really claim to be a pro, though?
Of course not. We got something up here we gotta kill. Finally got around to the killing.
And yeah, game was left, so I just now looked here and yep.
Okay, if you guys have to I like having you guys here, but you got stuff on the
Yeah, it does help to have other people there. I can definitely say that.
Oh, definitely.
Although it does.
Carry on, dude.
It also makes it a lot easier to get like way off topic though,
Yeah,
and get on just random
Yeah,
tangents.
that happens all the time now, I mean, don't be surprised.
Well, yeah, that's just what we do anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
going off topic is pretty much our fucking motto at this point.
And it's partially due to the fact that you can't really comment on what's going on whenever you're seeing what's going on like 15 seconds behind.
It's not just, here's the thing, when it comes to streaming, these are meant to be more for fun and laid back and stuff, at least for me anyway. You know, if I ever do like a let's play or something like this, then I will comment more on like the lore of the game and you know the characters, what's happening, and all that. And but for streaming, I just prefer to just relax and have a laugh. It's just the way I do these, to be honest. I see them as like two separate things, so. Where the fuck are their penises? I shouldn't be wondering this, but they're massive. They should be flopping everywhere.
Please don't mention that.
I regret only that we did not inflict every
I don't know. Maybe you can find an OPI edition of this game if you really want to see that.
There's plenty of porn out there of this, so.
Yeah, the Lolicon edition.
I guess you know exactly what Turbo's looking up once his stream's done.
He wishes only our destruction, never to talk. The time for peace is long past. There will be no peace between the elves.
How's it? Like I say, I can't see the stream. Is it looking okay?
It looks just fine from my end.
I was watching the movement before, it was fine.
Alright. Like I say, for me, I'll have to watch like the playback or something, because I really can't see it. Warning, high oh, fucking warnings disappeared.
Run to the Dalish and tell them they are doomed. You think we would help you find the Great
Oh,
Wolf?
there you are.
You think we would let you kill him? Then you are a fool. Come, brothers and sisters! Swift Runner calls you to battle!
Well, I did try the diplomatic approach here, but it's not happening.
What?
Warning, high encoding CPU usage, consider turning down.
I've seen that. I think I've seen that error that before on my own stream.
Can I just ignore it?
Do you have some way to easily monitor our OBS and see if there are any drop frames at the moment? Because
yeah, it says drop frame 0.
all right, so at the most, as far as I'm aware, every time that I've seen in the message, I've simply ignored it because, well, and I have no idea where it was coming from when I was encountering it. As I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not seeing any encoding issues that it claims are there at the moment. So
I think it's just I don't think there's anything to worry about, to be honest. I'll have that. And I want the werewolf pelt since I'm not doing the other mission. Every time I play this, I think I'm doing something wrong though, because here's the thing. A lot of things in this game cost a lot of money. Even the basic stuff costs a lot of money. And I am certain there's something I'm doing incorrectly. But here's the thing. I don't know how to earn more money, because even turning it up in difficulty doesn't change anything, like item drops and all that stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Oh, no, wonderful. Because I haven't had enough of you guys. Just back in the tower. Okay. Yeah, everybody just ignore the big ass ogre, you know, just trying to kill us. You know, maybe we can try to do something about this. Come on, team, help me. Don't be as bad as your teammates from Rocket League.
Oh, don't worry, I have plenty of poultices. I guess it's just like the old-timey word for, I don't know. Healing poultice.
Okay, managed to survive that.
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna have to take your money, I'm afraid. What the hell a ogre needs with fucking money, I don't know. Then again, Shrek, I suppose. Got all those mouths to feed.
All right.
Somebody once told him that the world was gonna roll him. And it did.
He ain't the sharpest tool. I don't care what anyone says. I love those movies. Tribute right here.
Oh, I was trying to make a good conversation for you. If only you'd waited like 10 years for him to actually finish what he was saying, you would have gotten insight on the meaning of life.
I forgot all about that little trope of the ends from Lord of the Rings. I forgot they talk really fucking slowly. I need to go back and watch Lord of the Rings. The only problem is the only version of the films I've got on the extended cut DLC, not DLC, the extended cut version, which is like 3 hours to 4 hours.
It's gonna really suck whenever they start making DLC for movies.
Which is why
You know what's eventually gonna happen.
Oh, there's enemies up there.
They'll be cutting out pieces of your movie, sometimes like critical plot related pieces, and then you'll have to pay a little bit of extra money just to unlock those pieces.
Oh, you mean Batman vs Superman?
Alright, the extended cut of that movie. Again, I think that the extended cut is probably more of a punishment than anything else. Like a punishment for being dumb enough to buy the extended cut.
I suppose I haven't actually watched. I actually have watched the movie. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest.
I didn't particularly like it either. I was able to point out some of the issues with it just from a casual viewing.
From what I hear, though, the extended cut version does have a lot of things to explain and have a lot more depth to it, so it explains why this is happening, why that's happening. It gives a lot more character depth to some of the characters as well, but here's the thing, that movie is pretty long ways in cinemas anyway. You know, there's no reason you shouldn't have been able to tell a decent story in like 2.5 hours at the pictures, let alone on but then you have to wait for like the DVD to come out and stick like an extended version of that. That's why I really do not have any hope for this Zack Snyder film to
Yeah, it's clear that he's probably going to end up making more stuff, and I predict that if he does end up actually making an Aquaman movie, it's going to end up being the worst thing ever.
I don't particularly think he's that good of a director anyway, but he really has not done the DC superhero universe any favors. I mean, Man of Steel I didn't like. I'm not a big Superman fan though, so that's probably why. But Batman vs Superman I thought was shit apart from like the actual last action scene, which was okay. Suicide Squad was fun, but not nearly as good as everybody makes out, and I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, so...
I thought that there were actually plenty of people who really didn't like Suicide Squad, so...
There's also a lot of people that do like it, though. I mean, I can understand why there's some decent stuff, but...
So it's a very divisive thing.
I think it is arguably the most I can't fucking speak correctly. It is the most divisive of all the DC films. Most people love the Wonder Woman film, so... Like I said, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Each day we see something that we never thought possible.
I'm looking forward to seeing it, though. I do like the Wonder Woman character.
The funniest thing about a lot of this stuff, though, is watching people get really mad at over the movies and the way that they're reviewed.
It is the thing. I mean, I can understand you want something to succeed, you know, because they want it to succeed, like Marvel films succeeded once they did the cinematic universe. But come on, guys, demand quality. Don't just be happy with what you've got, especially when it's Zack Snyder on the fucking scene.
Isn't
the next one Justice League, by the way, that's coming out?
I honestly don't know. In a lot of cases, I should probably be keeping up with the whole movie thing a lot more than I do.
To be honest, unless it is a superhero film, dude, I can't blame you because I don't watch anything but those these days. Nothing really stands out to me anymore to go and watch it. So. I think the last movie I loved that wasn't a superhero film was The Martian with Matt Damon.
How long ago was that, by the way? Then
When I saw it, the first time was about, I want to say, 10 months ago, something like that.
I accept my fated oaken home. I feel no need to rage and roam.
Got a fucking albino tree right here.
I have.
I'll be honest, guys, I'm not even paying attention to what I'm pressing right now. I'm just letting the game play through.
As I slept one early
Why the hell is he doing this weird stance? He's doing like a very small Mexican wave or something.
All I have is my being, my seed. Without it, I am alone indeed. I cannot go seek it out.
Oh, by the way, I've got the chat in the bottom right corner this time because like the health bars for the characters are on the top left. So.
Okay.
There's usually nothing in the bottom right as far as I can remember. So. At least nothing important.
Alright, so this is one particular game where it's not an issue to have it in the bottom right.
Yeah. I mean, you'll get like little tutorial things in the bottom right, but they're not needed. So
the forest would
may as well just put it down there. And unfortunately, there's something in the top right as well, but I can't remember what it is. We'll have to wait till I get back into the actual game.
Without my will, the wood is still. Pray, why wouldst thou kill a tree for nothing that's of use to thee? The forest would see thee as a tree, and so no harm would come to thee. Then I fear I shall perish soon.
Yeah, I can't be asked to help this guy, so fuck it, we're not gonna bother like that. I'm just gonna get on with the fucking thing. I thought he offered something else. It's been a while since I played like this far into the game before, so it's been a couple of years, I believe. So I'm not gonna remember everything, unfortunately. I've gone the wrong way. Go down here. Turn somewhere. I know there's. Ah, here it is. So what's that? And I just cracked my toe and that really hurt.
Ow.
Oh, we got some. Oh, at least I think these guys are at least.
This is one game where like I definitely can't try to like give you advice on any of this stuff. Then again, a lot of the stuff you probably know. So
I know how to do it on like the 360 version of the game, but the PC version is pretty different with how you do commands and stuff. So. Like, my brain wants the controller, but I know that's not how I'm playing it, which is weird. So. And like I say, it's also been many years since I played through the game properly, so.
Didn't you have an Xbox 360 pad that you could plug in, that you plugged in for this Mario 64 screen?
It doesn't work with this. For the PC version of Dragon Age Origins, it's not controller compatible. Which sucks, but I can understand why. You know, it's like, you know, if you want to play the controller version, go play your 360 version. But this is just much better, nicer to look at. So.
I'm sure that at least part of that advantage is currently being lost through the fact that it's a stream.
The recording person is coming to real life. Okay, you're not gonna drop anything? Okay, you tight bastard. Go somewhere else. I'm just going for the white wolf.
Is it really his fault that he's tight?
Yeah, he is a tree, I suppose. I think it's Congratulations, Doug.
I would have liked to get back at the one who hit me.
Stop. Listen. I am not the one I appear to be. They...
Okay, so basically, the character here has been cursed to become a werewolf. I think we actually are given the option to kill him as an mercy killing here, I think.
Into the forest. The werewolves, they took me in.
Yeah, from the dialogue of that scene before, I figured this was probably something to do with werewolves. Oh god, I hope there aren't any vampires nearby.
I don't think there's vampires in this game. I can't.
Oh good, so this is not going to turn into a Twilight fan fiction.
No, thank fuck, no. No. I wouldn't like this game so much if there was. I think the only thing I don't like about this series and doing it on PC is the fact that the second game, while you can get on like, is it Origin? Ubisoft, not Ubisoft. Which is the one that EA uses usually?
I believe BioWare, the people who make Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
I know who makes the game. I mean, obviously not. There's a couple of other PC download software other than Steam. I know, like you've got
Origin and Uplay are the ones that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
And there's more outside of those, but Origin and Uplay are probably the most famous outside of GOG.
Yeah. Here's the thing: Dragon Age 2 you can only get on the one that EA uses. You can't get Dragon Age 2 on Steam, and you can get Dragon Age 2 with all the DLC as well on Steam on the PC, as far as I can tell, anyway. So, if I ever do get around to Dragon Age 2, I'll have to do the 360 version.
I am dead, and with the gods.
That is assuming I ever get to that.
I will be soon enough.
They sure to go out of their way to make the werewolves look really grotesque.
This was also a pretty old engine when they released the game, from what I hear as well, because it shows in Dragon Age 2 and Mass Effect 2 and 3, the one they used after this was so much better, and then obviously Andromeda came around with those fucking terrible character models. But this one was pretty old when they made it, but I still think the character models look good, but definitely a lot of wear and tear, so to speak. Why couldn't Edward be like this? You must end me. That made Twilight so much better.
And right after killing them, you'll be punished. You'll be punished by being forced to play a side story where you play as Bella and have to romance one of the and to play out all the Twilight novels.
I had the misfortune of watching. Sorry, not watching. I had the misfortune of actually reading the first Twilight book.
I read part of the first Twilight book, but never went back to it.
Here's the thing: when it came out, you know, everybody was raving about it, and then I was reading it, and I did just read it through in one day. I'm actually a pretty fast reader, but like 5-6 hours, something like that, I think. And I was like, what the hell is it people like about this? I found Bella to be a really fucking boring character. I found both Edward and what was the other one, Jacob?
Yeah, I think Edward and Jacob.
Yeah. I didn't find
Actually, I think Jacob. I think Jacob was the werewolf. So.
Yeah, something like that. I found them both to be, I wouldn't say boring, but just completely non-memorable. And then I realized later, oh wait, it's all women that like this story. I didn't get a single recommendation from a guy. Okay, bad texture. There we go. Unfortunately, I'm on a lot of those movies.
I have no idea what caused that texture to appear so weirdly, by the way. And videos are left over from the canceled the floor is lava mode. You can't touch the floor. You have to play the entire game with some kind of levitation on. They give you levitation stuff just for that purpose.
Okay, somebody want to help me here? I'm kind of getting mauled to death by this white wolf. Thank you.
Yeah, that guy who's just stabbing at nothing. Yeah, maybe he could help you out there.
Thankfully, you won't ever have any issues with actually being cursed. So.
True. There's no story point for that anyway, so it would have been an interesting thing to put in, but yeah, and the texture's fucking gone again. There we go. It's okay.
What is a bizarre glitch? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can try looking that up.
It might have something to do with the graphics, but I haven't got it on like high or anything. I've got it on like normal, I think. Oh, we got some bears now. Hey, boo boo. Want to feel some good busted? Some more bears. If I said the hair bear bunch, would anybody get that reference, or am I just too old?
Alright, I was busy trying to look up what your issue might have been, and apparently there are other people who have been experiencing the issue. Apparently, it's a big thing that the game is apparently full of texture glitches, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, as I said, I played the game plenty of times on the 360 version. This is actually the first time I've played through on the PC version, so if there are glitches and stuff, I'm not gonna texture glitches. I'm not gonna know about them, so just have to go with it, I suppose.
I was one particular thing where there's like an ice cavern area where some of the ice stuff was appearing as just completely black for no really apparent reason.
I know which area you're talking about, but we actually haven't been there yet, so I suppose we'll see if it happens or not.
If it does happen, then we'll know for sure that that's the exact same issue that I was reading up on.
Wait, I've come back to the... Holy shit, have I just come back all the way to the camp here? No. Oh, fuck. I really did just come all the way back to the camp. Maybe? No, this is a new area. No, this is brand new.
Can control the hammer. They listen to no one else.
Phew, I was there for a second. But I think...
Is there something you need?
Yep.
It is no problem.
Do you have any text or dialogue? Sorry, no you don't. You're absolutely useless to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't have much commentary sometimes.
Oh, dude, it's fine. Honestly, just relax and enjoy. The main event comes later, after all.
So by the way, I'm kind of wondering, looking at this game's graphics, like how low end of a system could you possibly run this on?
I could run this on my previous PC, which I don't know all the intricacies of what it was, but
it would be interesting if I could play this on my GPD Win and see if that works.
If you did get it, you could probably play it on like the lowest settings and stuff with little problem. That's all I could really say, to be honest, dude. Oh fuck! I have come back to the original. Oh, for fuck's sake! It is a long game as well, dude. Because if you're into like RPGs, or you at least enjoy like Western RPGs, even just slightly, then you will get a kick out of this game. I say, but it just depends if you're willing to deal with a lot of dialogue and a lot of world building and stuff like that. Holy shit! Oh crap! What's
going on?
The textures are gone to absolute hell there. What? It's like the lake's being frozen over.
Just happened for that one thing that just kind of went right to this, coming right at you, and then after that it was okay.
Yeah.
It's like Super Mario 64 stuff. Like the world is loading right in front of you.
Yeah, I've never had this before.
I have no idea what's going on either. It's funny because it's rendering part of the river, but not the rest of it.
Yeah.
So I guess
I
like.
don't use this version, so things like texture problems are something I'm not used to. So.
I have no idea why these texture issues are happening, but
Maybe oh yeah, the texture. Oh Christ! Fucking hell, what is this? Sonic Adventure 1? Jesus. I love that game to death, but God damn, this is bad. I'm trying from like a different angle here. This works a little bit better apparently, but this is where I was earlier. Yes, it was. So this isn't the correct way. If I play from like a top-down perspective, it's a little bit better, but I can't play this way. I'm not used to this.
And Scarecrow's here.
Hey, Scarecrow, what's up, buddy?
Alright. Oh, hey, Scarecrow. So,
if he is here, I can't.
What's up, dude?
Ah, there he is.
What's going on?
Having graphical problems with the fucking game right now.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, texture problems, shit like that. Yeah, it's like the fucking
now I'm kind of wondering.
frozen right here.
What kind of PC do you have?
How do you mean? Because it's primarily.
What kind of graphics card is currently in it?
Dude, like I said, I don't know this stuff off the top of my head. I'd have to actually check the thing. At the end of the day, I spoke with Thunder before I got this because he's the tech guy. I went with his recommendation when I bought a new PC. So.
All right, that one PC that we had heard you were talking about before.
If you can find that Chill Blast thing, you'll know which one I'm using.
Yeah. One thing that I also heard was that the black textures there were just caused by the game, your graphics card not being fast enough and just trying to render as much as it could, which is also stuff loading in front of you. But yeah, that graphics card is a bit too strong for that.
Yeah, it might just do the game. I'm in this next section here. No graphical problems yet. A bit of popping, but.
There's two things that I can think of. One thing that I've heard of that might be a quick fix would be to simply save and then immediately reload the save and see if that changes anything.
Yeah, I might try that in a minute.
It's
a little better right now. It's not since I got out of that little area right there. But, I'll just see how it goes from here. So apparently I'm back.
All right. And one other fix I've heard of was simply changing the renderer from DirectX 11 to DirectX 9.
I'll see how it is. This is the first time this has happened. Even the other week when I was doing this problem. It might just be the glitch or something. Like I say, I haven't had a proper test in the game yet, so
Also, I just realized that apparently I looked for Dragon Age Origins texture glitches and it directed me to a thing for Dragon Age 2 instead, so...
Dragon Age 2 is kind of synonymous with it. Anyway, Scarecrow, how you been, buddy?
Anyway, guys, I just wanted to say hi. I'm actually currently at break on my lunch.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry to hear
hope
that.
you're able to get everything resolved. I would have jumped on, but I saw you were on Twitch. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and jump off the call, and hopefully y'all are still on when I get off at about 12.
How many hours away is that? Obviously,
That is about 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I should still be going. Not with this, but I should still be going.
Alright, take care, guys. I gotta get some money.
Later, dude.
Okay. See you later.
Yeah, some money could always just rob a bank.
I'm lucky to hear that.
Alright, so I believe this is the actual stuff here. Alright, it's just a potion. Probably don't need it, but I'm gonna take it anyway. I'm stuck on win, I think. What the hell is this guy doing?
Oh dear, oh dear. Not a werewolf, and not a spirit even. What are the woods coming to? Mayhap I did. I didn't. Have you come to claim it?
Honestly, I'm kind of just tempted to stop this for now and just go play something else and try and fix the texture problems and all that. I'll screen another day.
So, and I guess right now you're just talking to an old forest hippie?
Yeah.
He eats nothing but organic granola, I guess.
He's vegan, after all.
No, that is not a question. And if it be an answer, it'd be an answer to a question I've not asked. Have you no sense for the rules?
Be careful, Grey Warden. This is no ordinary man. He is a man.
It's a little bit quiet now, but... Oh, by the way, I also didn't realize till I watched it earlier today how quiet the fucking gameplay of Sonic Adventure 2 was during that Let's Play. I am really sorry for that.
Yeah, I actually didn't watch the latest part. I was going to watch it yesterday.
I actually tried watching a little bit of that, and yes, that was an issue. I could be sure that even the game audio was really quiet. It was really quiet for it, and
yeah, like I said, I record these months in advance, so I couldn't even fix that problem now, even if I wanted to, because I no longer have the raw footage.
That's quite a question. I think that
and I don't know how to edit my audio separately from like commentary and stuff like that. I don't have that technical know-how.
Would you be so good as to turn it into firewood or something equally dead?
If I can say one thing though, is the fact that thankfully Sonic Adventure 2 has only got one more part, so the next Let's Play after that was a lot better commentary-wise, and by that I mean audio-wise.
Hold on, you. That's private property. That's an old man's home, that is.
I'm tempted just to kill this fucker so I can go and stick my hand in his tree trunk.
No offense. Might I try? I've
As
got a
you will.
quick hand, after all. Let's see. Oh, when was the last time I slipped my hand into some...
I'm not even having to do the commentary, just read the fucking text from Zevra in here.
I remember the story that. And there we go. It was definitely trapped. But I'm too awesome by far. Here's what was inside.
Alright, so let's talk about people slipping hands into dark holes.
Yeah, Zevran, I think it said early on that he's actually bisexual, so you can romance him either as a male or female character, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's actually a thing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yep,
Oh.
about to die. I was not ready for this. I have no idea what any of this does. So we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. Never played a shell, so I have no idea what he does. Oh, actually, that's a good move. That actually did quite a bit of damage. I can get enough on low, maybe. Alright, we managed to kill him. Okay.
He was a very strong hermit, but in the end, he did end up dying a horrible death. The horrible death that he deserved. And even in the end, he blamed the Illuminati for no reason. He was just talking about how you're working for them! Even when he was about to try to kill you. I thought that was kind of funny.
This game usually... I actually got this on Steam for about £3.50, I think, during the Steam Summer Sale, and it comes with all the DLC and stuff. There's actually a lot here. If you ever are that interested in getting it, dude, I would highly recommend it.
Alright then. I'll think about it.
So especially if you can get it during the summer sale, like the Steam sale at some point. For a couple of dollars, it's probably worth it. Oh, 2 ogres, okay, because you know one was not enough.
Two ogres is 2 times the Vaughn, don't you know? That's ogre math for you.
Very much so. Right, one of them is really dead, thankfully, so... Let's try and zoom out so we can actually see what the fuck we're doing right here. Oh, the textures. What are they?
You're experiencing more texture issues?
Yeah, it's the floor.
What the fuck? No floor!
Yeah, it's gone blood red again.
I think you might have the haunted creepypasta version of the game.
Probably. Won't surprise me. Yeah, it's basically where they've been killed. The floor's just gone bright blood red.
Assuming that maybe it's just like a blood texture glitching out.
You know what? It
maybe.
Might actually be that. Let me just save the game, actually. Oh. Do you know what? I think I might just swap over to another game for a while, because I don't know how to fix this problem here and now. You know, I'd actually have to look into it and see if I can maybe download a mod or something to... Or I don't think the game needs updating or anything like that, so...
That probably isn't an update this late after release, so...
And I'm gonna have to have a look into it. Technically I've been playing this for about just under an hour now. You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go play something else, because I don't want to do this with all the texture glitches and all that, so...